Hi there, it's Dr. Marie Anderson, and I just wanted to do a little bit around self-disclosure and talk a little bit in terms of who I am, what I believe in, my approaches, and yeah, so I think I would start off by saying that I always wanted to be in the helping professions. When I interviewed for this job, I talked about being a cook by day and a DJ during night. I spent a lot of time in the clubs around Victoria, BC, and actually throughout British Columbia. And I met a lot of people. And just from meeting people at shows and the inspiration I took from that sort of environment, I decided to do my master's thesis on the experience of depression amongst first year students that are living on campus. That was a really interesting experience for me because it made me realize is that we really can't categorize people just in a certain way. They have multiple things going on, hence the term intersectionality. We're not just a student, we're not just someone who's in an environment where they're just a learner, or they are a son or a daughter. They have lived through tragedy. They have learned things through other experiences like relationships, so there are many things going on just to instill the fact that we meet people where they're at in therapy because A, everyone's different, and B, the idea that if we use a template to encapsulate everyone, it's just not going to be the right thing to do. So that's kind of where I kind of started on that journey. And in terms of, being here in the department, I like to consider myself primarily a practitioner and then a scientist, which means that primarily I see clients. Of course, taking on this job at Athabasca, I've had to sort of take away a lot of that caseload so I can focus on Athabasca, but I still see myself as primarily doing therapy. I work with a lot of couples. I've worked with a lot of young men that are in transition into adulthood and what it means to be, or, to look at the notions of masculinity. But one of the things that I've done a lot of over the past decade is working with hoarding disorder and what that looks like, not just for individuals, but for service providers, and educating around the stigma and shame that's attached to it. So that's another big piece of me. Where I'm wanting to go from here is that I really enjoy working with students. I love GCAP and the interaction that it means. And in this course, 635671, I love being able to meet up with people to talk over the things, and most important rather is to translate what we learn in these courses into practice, right? Anyone you talk to that's been in the helping professions for a while is going to have different takes on this. So I'm not saying take what I have to say with a grain of salt, but take some points about what I'm saying here. This is just me being totally upfront about some of the things that I believe in, but you're also going to glean a lot of great importance from other people that have contributed to this course, like Paul Jerry, Emily Doyle, Gina Wong. Those people bring a lot of wealth and experience as well. So this is all part of your learning experience, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you have about this short audio snippet.